Welcome to the Jamodi podcast, where we interview coaches and leaders to find out not just what they do, but how they do what they do. Becoming the best version of ourselves is Jamodi, just a matter of doing it. How do you build confidence in players?
Okay, and I'll make this quicker than the other so we don't run out of time, but you've already said it. It's the way you build confidence in anything is successful reps. That's about the only way. Here's a trick. Let's use shooting as an example. Now, this will transfer to anything you're trying to teach. Even the best shooters, okay? And I wasn't the best shooter, but in high school, I shot 46% from the field. In college, I shot 48% from the field. One year, I shot 91.4% from the free throw line, enough to get me in the Street and Smith magazine in college, okay? The old, if you remember that. Okay, well, they say that the people smarter than me say that in order to encourage a person to come back and continue repping anything, you need about a 70% success rate. Otherwise, they get discouraged. Well, if you're going to go on made shots, you're not going to get there for a long time.
That's right.
Okay? So I began to do things like, okay, hey, we're going to stay here until you can keep 7 out of 10 shots straight. I don't care if you miss but when you miss, if the ball comes back to you, or hits the backboard, comes back, this way, we're counting it. That's a make. Now, if the ball goes off the rim right or left, yeah, that's a miss. So can you keep 7 out of 10? And when they get 7 out of 10, can you keep 8 out of 10? And suddenly they keep shooting, and that's all I need. So I picked any little thing like that could increase their success rate up to at least 70%. I don't care what it is that you're training. The other one is, I think that you need to give your players, whether you're privately training them or you're in practice, but especially this one really applies to practice. There's got to be a time where players can make an error without consequence. They'll never try things. They'll never become solution finders, and you'll not engage their creativity and energy if you're ripping on them because the ball went out of bounds. I remember one time I was helping this program, and the kid did a dribble at, right? East-west dribble at, and the kid cut, and he threw the bounce pass, and it went right out of bounds. And the coach said, "Rick, what? See that happens all the time. What? How do we correct this?" And I said, "He needs to throw about 20 more out of bounds." And it kind of took him by surprise.
That's right.
There's only one way you learn this, and it is try it and try it and try it until you get the timing and the window and all that down. And if you're scared to do it, you'll never get to the number of reps needed to master that thing.
I love that point. At Faith, and in the last few years, we've really been on a quest to see how free and how fast we can play. And I think one of the biggest things as coaches is we got to give up a lot of control for that to happen, as far as micromanaging every possession, every pass, every shot. But the second thing is building a culture to where there is no fear of failure. Right. When we're trying to, effort's great, and we're trying to accomplish what we've discussed. Yeah. And I think you're right on the money there.
Yeah. Hey, start adding the phrase "good idea" to your vocabulary.
Love that.
Oh, it went out of bounds. Hey, that was a good idea. You just got to hit him a little earlier. That kind of thing.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the Jamodi podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.